So yeah, here we are. Although we're late, we're doing it. Another segment of Flux Reversal's news chat and react, where we talk about gaming industry news and games, and sometimes a little bit of pop culture and media too. My news chat react show is an accumulation of doing news for years. Many years ago, incorporated doing news into my video game live stream, just kind of mix it up, not be so boring. And it turned into be like these 3-hour live streams. And so I reformatted all of that over the years to be a more condensed, palatable format, because a lot of times this information isn't interesting information, but I think it's important information, especially if you're a video gamer. You know, you just, you're not just a video gamer, you're a consumer, and as a video gamer and a consumer, you need to be aware of how these big companies, some of these are like corporations, treat their employees and their staff and what they really think of you. And they show you what they think of you by the way they treat their staff and how they keep jacking up fucking prices and doing shitty things like taking down games so you can't play them anymore. I could go on and on forever about this. This is stuff that I talk about regularly in my new show. My new show, I've returned just recently. I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. I've settled on a format and a flow that I like that doesn't take up a lot of time. My new show is presented as a live stream exclusively here on Kick. I don't stream anywhere else anymore. I used to multi-stream fucking everywhere, just throwing shit against the wall to see what would stick. And you know what? It's like expecting too much, I think. You know, want attention from everywhere. Man, you need to show some brand loyalty. And I think Kick is the best place you can do that at. You are far removed from the individuals who own and run and make decisions of all these other platforms, but not on Kick. You have a direct fucking line to Kick ownership. You literally do. I don't know what else to say. There's no one else out there who can say they do that, who are as popular as Kick, and Kick is a big boy. Kick is a big name competitor now. Its name is synonymous with Twitch and YouTube. Come on, guys. Get with the fucking program. All the hate that it had a few years ago. You know, I was skeptical I was skeptical also when Kick first came out. Having followed the streaming industry for a very long time, I've seen these platforms come and go, get bought and sold to each other just to get dissolved. And we can look back at the history and have a whole nother discussion about that type of thing, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about Kick and why I only stream exclusively on Kick, and how I used to multi-stream and why I don't. And how I think people that do, it's easy to multi-stream if that's your grind, okay? I mean, it's very easy to do. Very easy. There's enough information about it available now. Now, I was multi-stream back before they had easy plugins. I was used to just the multiple RTMP plugin and reformatting my fucking screen to vertical and shit, and OBS and having another. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't relying on ATEM's vertical multi-stream, even though I have used it and I do use it. It makes life easier. But even before any of that shit existed, Flux Reversal was trying it out and testing it out. That's why I keep a running count of how many streams I've done. You see in my title, stream number, whatever. I like knowing. I like for you to know. The downside of that is you can't go to platforms like Twitch and Kick and see the videos. You can't see my Kick VODs from 2 years ago. I've been streaming on Kick for a long time. Not exclusively on Kick, multi-streaming a Kick, you know. But that's why I still have my YouTube, because YouTube I don't feel like is a direct competitor with Kick. Kick's putting all its money into live streaming, where YouTube's doing a lot of things. It's doing shorts. It's trying to compete with shorts platforms like TikTok and Instagram and X. It's long form. It's the king of long form. Just keep it. Just do your thing. Stay in your lane. But it's also trying to do live streaming, and it's creeping up in these areas. It's doing a lot of stuff all at one time while maintaining its hold on being the long-form giant. This was meticulously thought out. If you look back through my streaming history, you can see I've tried different things up and down, off and on, not consistent. And it's not that I wasn't consistent, because I was always working on something in the background, learning a new skill, perfecting and refining the trade somehow. So while I was never always live streaming or creating content, I've always been working on it. I've always been working on it, non-fucking stop, obsessively passionate about the art and the trade. And there's a whole nother psychology to that could be discussed for some other time, but we're talking about the new show and why I only do it on Kick. So I do the long form here on Kick. Takes about an hour, 45 minutes, not an hour, like about 45 minutes to an hour. Also, while on the stream after the news show, I take the content that I just recorded and I edit it down and post it to YouTube. And I show you the things that I use to get it to YouTube. And I do that just to show you how easy it is to get started in content creation and streaming. And while you may hear opinions about spread yourself too thin or this and that, man, you know what? The bottom line, there's a meta to the flow being a content creator. And that meta is, if you can multi-stream, do it. It's so easy. Do it. Respect the grind. Do it. That's meta. Another meta is to live stream. A live stream so you can interact with your audience and community in real time directly. Now, whether streaming is your main platform or your side platform, it's either live streaming is either the way to filter people to your YouTube channel where your main content is, or your YouTube channel is a filter towards your live stream channel, whichever one is your main. And me, neither one of them is my main. I do a news show. I do it live if you want to hear about real-time news, current events in the video gaming industry. This has taken place since the last time I did my show, which was Friday. And then you can also see that in a semi-long form video. You can see me edit it, show you how to do it, and post it to YouTube. And talk about some of the things I do and how easy this is. Free. Everything I use is free. I don't pay for anything but internet and electricity and the computer, you know. Oh, and my external third-party device for mixing and capturing my microphone. Yeah. Oh, I have to have a capture card. I had to spend money on that too. So yeah, I have spent some money into it, but I try not to spend money. And all the stuff that I actually use and things and tools and utilities and programs and applications that I use, they're all free. It's all fucking free. It just takes knowledge. And since it's so many different things to learn, you're learning different things at one time. And so you develop this stack of skills. And when you're spreading yourself like that, man, it's kind of hard because you're learning about OBS, and then you're learning about editing in DaVinci Resolve, and then you're learning about audio and two different computers and to yourself. You're technically the third device in the chain of a 2 PC stream setup. And I've done it all. I've streamed with 1 PC. I've streamed with 2 PCs. And I like to talk about the technology behind it and how I do it and the tools. And that's my next step. Now that I've gotten back up and going, I thought I'd be able to be posting TikToks right away too, but nah, I'm still refining this workflow, doing the live stream, putting the video to YouTube right away, and the company short form that also goes with it in vertical format. It's all done at one time. So if you are watching or lurking, I appreciate it. If you're not, you're missing out. And if you don't have time, you know what? You can just catch the short of the news show, because that's the purpose of why I do the news show. It can be really boring information, and so I provide it in short form. I try to keep it under 2 minutes. Lately, it's been about 2 minutes, but yeah, the whole intent is to give you a bunch of useful, valuable information you as a video gamer and a consumer should need to know and be abreast of. And so it doesn't take much time. Just watch the 2 minute short, stay abreast of what's going on, and go about your day with whatever you're doing. So yeah, that's the reason, the why, and the how. But here we are at about the 20-minute mark. We're going to get right into the news. I didn't mean to monologue for so long, but as I said, I feel kind of rushed because I started a lot later than I wanted to, and I really expected to have been done with the editing part too by now. Let's get into the news. I'm not out there on the beat tracking down the fucking news. Now, when I tell you I've been following the news and doing the news show for a while, it's because I just always follow the gaming industry news. I have my own feed where I get news articles from specific reputable agencies, and that's how I get my news, and I just follow the news that way. My news show is basically me just regurgitating info to you from articles and maybe giving my 2 cents and reactions worth about it. My 2 cents worth and reactions. I said 2 cents and reactions worth. Yeah, 2 cents reactions worth, brah. So that's how it's done. It would be impossible for me to cover all this stuff. There are specific things that you will never hear me talking about. I don't talk about global politics or world news or anything like that as much as I can, unless it's directly related to gaming industry type shit. I also don't talk about specific franchises whose marketing budgets are larger than the pay for 5 of their employees. Yeah, there's some of these companies and specific titles that's just fucking non-stop. Every day, every week, the same thing over and over and over. And because of that, I deliberately do not talk about them unless it's something bad or funny so I can meme them and make fun of them. Yes. Flux, why don't you talk about this or that? That's one of the reasons why. If there's something up there that you don't hear me talk about, I'm aware of it. I see it all the time, nonstop. For example, for the past 72 fucking hours, the news feed has been fucking nonstop. Pokemon this, Pokemon that, Pokemon, fucking Pokemon, dude. I just want to go fucking kill myself because I want to look at my news feed, but literally, it's like 72 hours of fucking Pokemon shit. That's no exaggeration. You'll never hear me talk about fucking Pokemon unless it's to talk about how awesome Pal World is. And how Pal World still exists despite all the fucking lawsuits. Ching. So yeah, let's get into the news. So this news is dropped today. Don't have much information about it. It's probably just the same old sob story. Killing Floor dev Tripwire Interactive lays off 23 employees. Studio says it needs to align business realities with rhetoric and bullshit and nonsense, and you're stupid and you'll believe anything we post on the fucking internet, despite we're doing it because we're fucking greedy bitches. That's what it means. That's what the rhetoric means. We're firing people because we're greedy bitches. When a story or a layoff lists legitimate things, but when it's just fucking rhetoric, literally, this is a quote from the company's media disclosure about the incident. Align with business realities where needed in order to stay. I mean, it's just fucking rhetoric. It's just fucking, we are greedy motherfucking bitches, and I have a third house in the fucking Bahamas I'm trying to finish paying for. That's what it says. I have a third yacht I'm trying to buy. Fuck all these motherfucking people who thought they would make it in the gaming industry. Seriously. That's basically what the rhetoric means, man. So, yeah, fuck you, Tripwire. There was a soft spot in my heart for Killing Floor back in the day. Me and an old friend tried to get me into it because he knew I sucked at FPS. And he said, this is how you get good. You just go into Killing Floor and just fucking kill shit. And he was right. Props, Lear Bear. Much respect, much love, wherever or however you are. All right, so that news is dropped today. Oh, yeah, Space Marine 2 DLC. Did you guys hear about the Space Marine 2 DLC? Oh, my God. So they had a $5 fucking DLC. They sold it as like a voice pack, right? And they sold it as a voice pack claiming that it had 200 and something unique fucking lines or some shit. Well, technically it did. It just didn't tell you that number included all the different languages that the game was distributed in. So actually it was like maybe 5 lines, But it was 5 lines in the Japanese version, 5 lines in the Chinese version, 5 lines in the Portuguese version. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't fucking like really 200 and something. So it was just a false advertisement, blatant false advertisement. And fucking, so the player base, it's clearly a cash grab. Clearly a cash grab. And players are like, all right, that's how you can be. Refund, baby. Refund. Unfortunately, if you're on the Steam platform, Steam has to respect those, and they just kick it back to fucking Sony's like, here, give us our fucking money back. Where Valve don't fuck with us, and Sony usually doesn't fuck with them. But if you bought the DLC through the PlayStation Network, good luck. You do not get your money back. Check that fucking shit out. Fucking greedy ass PlayStation, Sony corporate bullshit, man. Fucking no love. No love for shit like that, man. Oh, man, so many articles about Marathon. Did anybody play Marathon over the past weekend? Anybody? Marathon, here's what we learned from Bungie's post-server slam feedback. I was, but I didn't. I just didn't have time. The majority of feedback is positive about Marathon. Even though there's a lot of similar games out there as far as, the extraction battle royale-esque type of hybrid shooter that has developed here over the past handful of years. There's not an extraction anymore. It's just not a battle royale. It's a fucking hybrid. And that's what I understand it to be. I didn't play it. But yeah, good things about Marathon. At first, there was some pushback and some little bit of hate. Apparently, at one point, they had banned the term ARC Raiders in global chat. Marathon is good. Actually, the ARC Raiders rivaling extraction shooter proves Bungie has still got it. This from IGN. Bungie acknowledges ultra-fast TTKS. Apparently, the battles don't last long. Once an encounter starts, it's over really fast. It's kind of like PvP in fucking Dark and Darker. It's just over. And a lot of people don't like that. Now, while a lot of people played the game initially, this past weekend was Steam's Next Fest, if you didn't know. Steam's Next Fest, a lot of demos, and Marathon was involved in that. One of the other things they're bitching about, so a lot of people played it, but the player count dropped off really fast, which is kind of indicative of something that had a big marketing campaign, but players really didn't like. So it was a turnoff to the casual players, basically. The people who like hardcore extractions, they could handle it. But a lot of the casual people, the Arc Raider type crowd, they did not like it. Another push thing was the UI. Apparently, Bungie with Marathon, they're going with a certain aesthetic, a certain look, and players don't like it. They're saying it looks unfinished, like placeholder text in the UI and shit. And Bungie's like, no, it's the way it's supposed to look, and get used to it because it's probably going to stay like that. I mean, they're going to probably add some more things like contrast and readability, maybe add some discolored, blurry background behind whatever element is hard to see. They said they're not going to do too much to change it. It's pretty much the aesthetic is here to stay. But Marathon Duo queue requests heard. So yeah, a lot of people. So it's a 3-payer group. So you queue up with a 3-man group, and you drop into a match. But apparently you don't have to. You can go in as solo or duo. And apparently a lot of duos are like, yeah, can you just let's go in as duos? And Marathon is like, okay, we'll work on it. Or Bungie. Marathon is the 3rd best-selling game on Steam after its big server slam, only trailing Resident Evil Requiem and Valve's Eternal Counter-Strike. Yeah. Marathon's self-appointed font slot merchant. Yeah, this is their response to you, the consumer, about the UI. They're like, nope, it's like that on purpose. Marathon confirms seasonal resets. So this news dropped today. This is brand new. All this other news was stuff that had come over from the past weekend up until yesterday. This is today. Marathon confirms seasonal resets, which means everyone's gear, contract, and faction progression and player level wipes every few months. Ooh, like in Tarkov. Like how they used to do in the Cycle Frontier. Like Rust. Rust players don't mind. It happens every fucking month in Rust now, bro. Sometimes every week. Sometimes in Rust, depends on what server you're on, it happens every 3 to 4 fucking days. What do you think about that? Imagine having your shit reset every 3 to 4 days, and you don't understand why Rust is like one of the longest lasting, highest selling, stood the test of time with a loyal fucking audience, and even when the loyals drop off, more pop in. There's a reason they got a formula and it works. Full loot open world survival. I'm gonna lose my stuff. Oh, it's popular for a reason, motherfuckers. Rust fanboy over here. Sorry. So yeah, that fact seems to turn a lot of people off. I don't know why, but I personally, I like the type of, I like extractions like Tarkov and the Cycle of the Frontier, where you can build up your little area outside of the game. You got your own little personal area. You can go look at your things and your loot, and it's safe and la da 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 da. As compared to something like Rust, where you can log off and have your shit be gone by the time you log back in. Maybe not. Unless you're like Daddy here, build some fucking caves nonstop all the time because I don't want to get raided. Yeah, my last base just fucking decayed. I just didn't log back on. I'd rather let the bitch decay than get raided. That's how you win in Rust. You just don't log back in. If you log back into nothing, then you lost. So yeah, Marathon is get off the Bungie. Bungie has had other cyclical seasons like this in their other game, Destiny. And the PvP side of Destiny, they have they do the same thing. They wipe and reset there. So this isn't new. This is just more of a refined version of, I think, what the PvP in Destiny is being. They're trying to just to capture that specifically here. Because if you look at the Destiny player base, most of them, will just level up just for the PvP encounters and instances. And you're talking about the people who made Halo. All right? These guys know how to do fucking PvP, guys. Bungie knows how to do PvP, bro. Okay? Let's not forget about the success and the franchise history of Halo. And it's good that you don't hear about it anymore, because we'd all probably be fucking sick of it. They could have easily called Marathon fucking Halo. Halo the Next Gen or some shit. Could have easily been called Halo, bro. But they didn't do that, thankfully. It's called Marathon. So hats off. A well done game, well executed. There is a little bit of pushback, but it's nothing. Everybody's thumbs up. And it's not free to play. There's no battle passes. You go in, you got to get your shit and earn your shit in game. And so you buy the game and you get the game. We like those types of games here in the Flux Reversal News Chat React show. So that's good. Let's move it right along. Despite studio closures and project cancellations, PlayStation Studios is still hiring for new roles. What? Dude. Last week, the week before, fucking closings, layoffs. Fuck Sony. Sony's got a PR department. They're like, hey, man, can you put out a piece of technology or make it look like we're working on a piece of technology to make people see? Yeah, because they have a whole nother department that works on technology and make things more accessible to people with disabilities, people like paraplegics and people missing limbs and stuff like that. And I think their marketing department pushes that in the news on a regular basis just to make Sony look less like a corporate piece of fucking shit. But yeah, they just fired Blue Point, a fucking reputable, respected. And that's what happens. You get these big companies, and you get these indies who sell out for the cash, and I understand you want the paycheck, and then you get fucking canned and closed, and they dissolve you. They dissolve your product that you created from. Fuck these corporations, bro. Stay indie. Do it right. Rust How has Rust been able to survive this long? They're doing something right. Face Punch is doing something right. Face Punch is easily one of the premier gaming studios that you would want to work for because of how they treat their employees. Fucking Jesus. We got Gabe running Valve and treating their employees like royalty. And then we got Jesus who runs Face Punch, treating his employees like royalty. Also, Sony is saying that they're not going to be releasing so much shit on PC anymore. According to their data, most single-player story games sales accounts for about 2% of their sales on PC, while other types of games like live service games do better on PC because of the type of, I guess, apes that play fucking PC games. But yeah. So, despite them firing and closing, they're still hiring. Fucking doesn't make any sense. And they're kind of, they talked about this before last week. They've already made this statement. We're kind of, regrouping here. We're falling back into some of our familiar franchises and our familiar titles so we don't lose any money on these risky things. It's not because you're not losing money. You reported profits. Stellar Blade dev reportedly looking to go independent from Sony. So yeah. Shift Up, the creators of Stellar Blade, made a public announcement. Yeah, we're looking to go. We don't want to get shut down and dissolved like Bluepoint. So I don't know what the relationship is, how Bluepoint was able to get shut down and dissolved, where Shift Up wouldn't. And so that kind of lets you know the dynamics of some of these relationships between these studios and their corporate sponsorship. It's clear that each one has a completely different contract and deal. Because Stellar Blade, Shift Up, the guys who make Stellar Blade, wouldn't be saying this. They wouldn't be saying this if there was fear of them getting dissolved. So they must have had a different deal than Bluepoint did. So if you can save it, yeah. They also what Shift Up was saying, because of Sony's recent announcement stance, how they're retreating back into PlayStation only titles for their single player story games. Stellar Blade's like, we don't like that. We want our product to be available in different markets and on different platforms, not just PlayStation. So that's was the main hypothesis of Shift Up's reasoning. All right. Moving right on. We had another hit this weekend. Guys. We had another hit on our hands. Oh, man, I hate large, long-lasting franchises because it just makes me want to regurgitate. If I hear the word Resident Evil, anything, I'm just, beep, turn it off. I don't hear the rest of anything. I don't read the rest of it. And that's how I am with most of them. This game could have been called anything else. It didn't have to be called Resident Evil Requiem. It could have been called anything else. And had it been called anything else, would it have done as well as it did? Maybe, because apparently it was done really well. And it's just simply, the storylines for the fucking Resident Evil franchise goes back so long. All you gotta do is fucking feed back the scripts to a fucking AI and it'll spit out a new one for you. We had Resident Evil Village recently. It was a smash hit, man. Great story. Resident Evil Requiem, So, yeah, it did really well. A lot of pre-purchases. A lot of good things said about the story. Apparently in Japan, I don't know if Japan had such strict censorship, but apparently on consoles, there's very strict censorship and not so much on PCs. And so the people who play it on PC are the ones really bitching in Japan. They're like, yeah, we want it on PC. Why is it so fucking censored? And it's not that it's just censored. It's just like, it's like poor man's censorship. It's like they put just a black fucking box over something. So in Resident Evil Requiem, there's a lot of like puzzle type games and stuff. And they're really gory and shit. to look at, and some of these puzzle aspects of the game that you're supposed to be figuring out has been blocked out by the censorship. Yeah. And so they're like, fuck, dog, I can't even play the goddamn game. Or however you say it in Japanese. I'm sure that's what it means. But yeah, 14 years later, Resident Evil Requiem achieves what the series' most controversial game couldn't. So it's broken records for the franchise. It's done really, really good. And there's a lot of people playing it on multiple platforms. So I think on Steam, they said about 160,000 people were playing it. And that's just Steam. This is a multi-platform franchise. So if 160,000 people are playing it on Steam, bro, you probably got, between all the consoles, another 300,000 to 400,000 people playing it, bro. You probably got close to 1 million people playing the game over the past weekend, dude. That's really, really good. That's really good. Hats off for a franchise I fucking hate hearing about. And I'm not going to spend too much further time. Oh, man, High Guard still in the news. So at first over the weekend, we had like a former level designer make a statement. Former High Guard, this is from Eurogamer, former High Guard level designer suggests sweaty, competitive 3v3 play was the biggest thing that turned a lot of players off. Now, let's keep in mind, it switched to an arena type of PvP only game halfway through its development cycle. So if anybody hasn't watched any of my other news shows or any of my other segments on High Guard, let me give you a summary. Let me give you a brief summary. Now, we heard about the secret partner of Tencent. Okay, well, here's the deal. Tencent would have never pulled out had High Guard just stuck to its initial game plan, because its initial game plan and its initial pitch for funding that we didn't know about because we thought they were indie, and they're technically indie now. They so indie, they're shutting down. They're so indie, they're shutting down. High Guard permanently shut down on March 12th, sadly. Wildlight to release one final update with a new warden, a new weapon, and skill trees and more. Wow. Why not? Go out the bang. Fewer than 20 staff remain at High Guard Dev Wildlight Entertainment. So here's what happened. If you haven't seen my other segments on High Guard, we probably would have never known that High Guard was secretly funded by Tencent if High Guard turned out to be successful. Now, its lack of success wasn't totally its fault, because it's a good game. It's got a great game loop. It's a very interesting, unique game loop. I've described it many times. It's kind of time consuming. I'm not going to do it again. Originally, High Guard was pitched as a game like Rust, and in its early alpha form, it was Rust. So full open world, build your base. If you go to bed, your shit gets looted by someone else. Raiding. It was very similar to Rust, and that's what they were going for, and that's what Tencent was funding, because Rust has no competitor. Tencent thought that these guys who were former Apex Legends developers, some of them, could do it. And they're like, yeah, the developers were like, yeah, bro. So the developers were really arrogant about the success that their game would be. Now, also part of the plan was we're going to keep it secret. We're not going to generate hype. We're not going to invite people to a Discord server. We're just going to keep it secret. That, because they thought, yeah, everybody's going to love this game. We know it's going to be a fucking hit. So, halfway through development, they decided, hey, we don't want a Rust game. We want an arena combat shooter. So they took the stuff they had worked on and reformatted it to be the game it is now. That's when Tencent pulled out. Their original plan to keep it secret may have been great for the original plan for the game, but they didn't adjust their marketing plan for the reformatted type of game that they were making, which has a lot of format in a game that has competitors like Arc Raiders, Hunt Showdown, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Modern, Call of Duty Extraction, just PUBG. I mean, come on. They're not quite extractions, but they're battle royales type. So their marketing plan didn't adjust for the new format that the game became. They still were going to keep it a secret. Had they started generating some hype and generated a community about it, it would not have flopped. And another thing that added to the flop was unbeknownst to the developers of HighGuard was that some washed up fucking journalist was going to try and use the announcement of HighGuard to catalyst his dying career. And the HighGuard devs weren't aware that that was going to happen. They appreciate it, but because of this washed up journalist announced the game got heat. Had he not been the one to do it or the way he did it, the game might have been a bit, yeah. So, and then that's when the announcement of the 10-cent shit, blah, 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 came out by. So HighGuard, just some bad choices by the developers. And there are a couple articles out there quoting the word hubris, the developers of HighGuard Wildlight. So yeah, they're permanently shutting down now. I think the 20 remaining staff just remained on because they were pumping a lot of marketing shit out over the past week and a half. Yeah, so it sucks. It sucks. You shouldn't have lied about being an indie. You shouldn't have lied about being an indie company when you weren't. You should have stuck to your first format of your game. And you shouldn't have let some motherfucking wash-up journalist announce your game. So all these things together just reflected bad upon Wildlight. Another one gone, folks. Another one gone. I hope the families and the developers remain psychologically intact, because when you put your passion and love into something and then that happens, things that are outside your control that are you're literally suffering the repercussions of other people's fucking shit. Something that someone else did, it's just out of your hand, and you feel like no justice, and you feel like you will get no justice, and they will never get any justice. Justice in the sense of what was done to them was like, it's not right. It wasn't a right thing to do. It's not a right thing to do to anybody. And in that regard, they will never get justice. Yeah, it sucks. Welcome to the fucking gaming industry. Stop following these big, hugely funded companies. Bro. And that's the reason why they said they were independent, because they didn't want the association to be associated with Tencent. And who does? They have a terrible reputation. All right. And unfortunately, that's it. We're not going to be hearing about HighGuard anymore because they're shut down. Oh, a sad story. I first saw this Tom's Hardware, and I didn't see anybody else talking about it, but I saw a Game Rant talking about it too later on in yesterday. 390 terabyte video game archive being taken offline due to skyrocketing RAM, SSD, and hard drive prices. Well, that's what the curator of the archive is stating. There are critics and contrary statements to his statement saying, why is it just now costing you this much? And how long have you been paying that much? And they're really skeptical. Myrant, one of the most impressive gaming archives available for PC players, has announced that it will be shutting down. The nonprofit website hosts over 390 terabytes of video game files, making it one of the internet's largest sources of archive gaming data available to both industry historians and gamers on PC with legally owned copies of its games. In the wake of the industry shifting largely toward digital downloads and so Massive Online Archive is following, they're saying, lack of funding and the skyrocketing prices of their server. And they're like, well, how is this affecting that? They're like, well, bro, these companies that are buying up the AI, they're trying to make their AI server farms. There are already server farms that exist that you can run AI on, and those ones that exist are selling all the space they have. And since they understand how much their product is now due to the increasing demand of AI, they'd rather sell your fucking slot that you have for old games to some fucking AI processing company, because the AI processing company got the money to pay it. You don't. That's the bottom line what's going on here. So it doesn't have anything really to do with the skyrocketing RAM and SSD prices. It just has to do with the ability to maintain this much storage and have it accessible via the internet to anybody who wants access to it. This isn't like a server you can run out of your fucking house because of the amount of attention and traffic it saw, right? So yeah. And we've been talking about this a lot. Every time, one of my game shows, we talk about something regarding game preservation that's fucking going. So there is good news. There are private individuals that are rallied to the cause, and just like in all these other situations, are doing local downloads with the hopes of recreating it at some other time somewhere else. So, you know, moment of silence, I guess, man, for another one bites the dust in the fight of consumers to retain their digital rights for things they purchase digitally that they should still have access to. And whereas corporations are like, yeah, only 3 people only play that game online anymore, so we're taking servers down. And I understand that from a business perspective, but you're a motherfucking corporation. You're not struggling. You're not hurting. Jesus fucking Christ. Everything doesn't have to be about goddamn fucking profit. You got, even in the real world, you have real estate developers tearing down fucking historic markers and places with nostalgic value just to build a fucking cheap project or some shit. Bro, it's just disgusting. Don't get me started. That's going into world politics and news, and I'm not talking about that. I don't talk about that. All right. Oh, bro. All right, man. Let's get back to the fucking news. We're on the downside of the news show right now. We still got a handful of things to talk about. A lot more casual things, funny things, leisurely things, not so serious about the industry boring shit we just talked about. I thought this was funny. Only Games Radar talked about it. Microsoft tried to ban the word microslop in its Discord amid criticism of its dive into AI. Microslop. Escape from Tarkov makes big improvements to matchmaking. If you don't have a lot of people playing, your matchmaking is still going to suck. You have to have a large player base. Even if you get the best matchmaking, if you only got 2 people playing the game and one's really good, one's really bad, matchmaking don't fix that. So, yeah. Escape from Tarkov has a population problem. It's just too hardcore, bro. It's just too much thinking. It takes too much game knowledge. And there's so many games out there that require so much game knowledge. I'm just like, I'd rather go learn something important. I don't mind knowing about a game and learning about a game like Rust. Dude, I know too much about Rust, bro. Too much about Rust. And I don't even know everything there is to know. And I'm not interested in taking that much time to learn about any other games. And like competitive games like League of Legends and shit like that, and Deadlock and Overwatch, it's always changing. So if you learn it, it's just going to get changed again. Like, it gets changes so often and it's so inconsistent. It's not worth, my opinion, keeping up with. Yeah. So hopefully Tarkov, maybe your improvements to matchmaking will be better. Maybe it'll boost your population. Guys, I've tried Tarkov a lot of times. It's always one of those games I always go back to. Let me go try it again. And it's like, oh, what am I doing? God of War. So apparently there's a new God of War live action show, and I talked about this in my last news show, but apparently the developers of the game are fucking like, hey, why does Kratos look like he's taking a shit? Every one of these articles is about Kratos look like he's taking a shit, or how terrible this AI generated fucking whatever this like. They're like, you can tell it's AI by looking at the goddamn bow. Looks like Kratos is taking a shit. Yeah. So a lot of feedback from developers and audiences alike, and making pushback responses. Why does he look like he's taking a dump? That's a terrible AI promotion picture. Why did you use that? Why did you go with that? Who okayed that shit? Good enough, huh? Good enough, right? God of War? Another TV adaptation from a video game. Life is Strange TV show from Prime Video. And Margaret Robbie has found it's Chloe and Max. Oh, man. So I've played Life is Strange. First one. All right. I did. Very interesting. Not really a genre that I would play. but it's very, very popular. And the fact that I played it should say why it's popular, because it's not my thing and it wasn't that bad for someone who doesn't like single player story puzzle type of games. I like atmospheric games. I like atmospheric puzzle games, but this was more of a story immersive type thing. And its popularity is only made evident by the fact that there's 4 versions of it, I think. But yeah, they're doing a live action TV show. That should attribute to its own success right there. So if you were a fan of Life is Strange, and there's a TV show coming out now. I talked about this show recently. The Acolyte. Showrunner defends one of the most controversial aspects of the scrapped Star Wars show. I don't know why they scrapped it. This show was fucking dope. This show was a dope take on the Star Wars universe, and it's shows like this that receive so much fucking hate from the goddamn Star Wars nerds who I just fucking tie a plastic bag around your neck, please. Do people like me a favor. The Acolyte was a good show. I watched the series like 3 or 4 times. There were some specific episodes that were so fucking good to me that I went back and watched a bunch. But they're falling victim to just fucking internet goddamn nerd culture. Bunch of fucking idiots sitting behind their screens. Dude, we hate that. And it ruins the show. And I was, and the last time I talked about this, I used the Cowboy Bebop live adaptation on Netflix. I love Cowboy Bebop. I talked about why I love Cowboy Bebop and how long I've been a Cowboy Bebop fan. And as a huge Cowboy Bebop fan, I thought the live action adaptation on Netflix was a cute, adorable show. That's right. I thought it was done really, really well. They caught all kinds of fucking hate for some reason. And people were saying all kinds of stupid shit. His hair didn't look alike. What's wrong with his mustache? Why are there only 8 episodes? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking insatiable fucking idiots that just, please don't breathe. This was a great show. The Acolyte was a great show. But he jokes, I'll take the L. And that's almost it for the new show, even though I ranted on something and we listened to some jams for a few minutes. We're going to wrap it up by talking about Steam Next Fest. So Eurogamer has compiled a list of Steam Next Fest's 10 most played demos. And I downloaded and installed a bunch of demos. I didn't play all of them. I have 2 still installed because 1 I want to try out. It may surprise you. I haven't played it yet. I don't think it's really try it, I guess. I don't know. So Eurogamer states, as the current Steam Next Fest wraps up the 10 most played demos might surprise you. Well, let's see. Mr. Dom Papiat. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for Tuesday's installment of Flux Reversal's Video Gaming Industry News Chat and React show.